Yeah, you are, buddy. The movie kicks off and is the GOAT himself, the one, the only, Lightning McQueen is still ruling over the racing world, proving why he's the undisputed king of the Piston Cup. Green screen, submarine, Jeffrey Epstein. McQueen in 5. He dominates the competition with veterans like Bobby Swift and Carl Weathers by his side, racking up win after win in the Florida International Speedway. Brody's out here looking like Lewis Hamilton with all these trophies. The season's looking great for McQueen until everything changes. A new car enters the track, a YN named Jackson Storm. This dude just zips past everyone like barbecue chicken. Damn, OG, you getting a little rusty. Relax, gang, I'll let you win. Jackson Storm was really like that, young, reckless, and loving the spotlight. He wasn't just here to race, he was here to take over the game and snatch the torch from our GOAT. The media were already out here glazing him, like, relax, gang, it was only one race. Or was it? This motherfucker won the next 5 straight. It wasn't looking good for the king of track. Jackson Storm was a rookie putting up LeBron level numbers. He was not just another racer. This nigga was the future. Built different, trained different, and designed for pure speed. Storm was redefining the game. Every race he wasn't just winning, nigga was getting faster. And it wasn't just him. A whole new wave of new cars started retiring the old heads. Even Carl Weathers hung it up. These YNs were really taking over. They were popping out of everywhere like holes when you get a little bit of bread. It is now the Los Angeles Piston Cup 500 and the pressure's on. Hey champ, where did all your friends go? Damn, that one struck a nerve. The race starts and McQueen is locked in. With only 40 laps to go, after a pit stop, he finally takes the lead. But he holds it about as long as 42 Doug is tall. Not long. Hey, you good, gang? Just hang it up, buddy. You had a good run. Enjoy retirement. This is crazy. Bro caught up like nothing. You can see it in McQueen's eyes. He knows he's cooked. He tries pushing through but pops a tire, loses control, and crashes. It was looking like it was time for him to hang it up. Brody just nearly died. Father Time was not holding back. 4 months after the crash, McQueen is in Doc Hudson's shed, watching his old highlights. The screen flickers and he sees the moment that everything changed. His crash, the one that forced him to retire and never race again. But McQueen was not trying to go out like that. He wants to get back on the track but just needs to change things up. Turns out his sponsors were ahead of him. They sold Rust-eze to a billionaire named Sterling, who created a Rust-eze racing center. Ramon works his magic, giving McQueen a fresh look that's crisp and clean. They head to the training facility and this place is decked out with the latest tech that the new gen racers use. And I really love how they pay tribute to Lightning McQueen, showcasing all his accomplishments and how he revolutionized the game. Even adding the pic with him and Doc, long live the GOAT. Sterling gives McQueen a new electronic suit that could track his speed and vital signs. I don't know why he needed all that, but he got it. But out of all the new things that they were showing him, he was only fascinated by one thing, and that was the XLD simulator. Nigga saw Jackson Storm training on that shit on TV, and now he wants to train on it. Like, get off that nigga's meat. This reminds me of the time one of my friends switched from right hand to left hand because of James Harden. Diabolical glazing. The whip that was using the simulator was Cruz Ramirez, the main trainer at the facility. Her job is to build up the new generation of racers. You're driving like you're scared. No, I'm good. Anyway, she becomes McQueen's main trainer. She's got him out here doing everything except actual racing. Dancing, hanging upside down, even napping. Cruz really thought she was Mr. Miyagi, but McQueen had too many belts under his name for him to start over. He gets fed up and jumps on the simulator thinking it's easy, but he completely loses control, crashes right through the screen and cuts out the whole power line for the entire building. Sterling sees the disaster and tells McQueen to hang it up before he ruins his reputation and his brand. Listen here, OG, I ain't retiring. McQueen, you're washed. Don't ruin your legacy. They cut a deal that if McQueen wins in Florida, he can keep racing, but if he loses, his jersey is going up to the rafters. Oh yeah, and Cruz has to come with him while he trains. Sterling was not trying to mess up McQueen's brand before Florida because he just spent a bag buying Rust-eze. That's his investment. Cruz shows up to the beach with a high-tech training treadmill, but McQueen didn't want to train on that. He wanted to train the old-fashioned way, with fresh air and getting your tires a little dirty. So he speeds off, dashing to the other side, but figures out that Cruz wouldn't be able to track his speed, which is crucial to training to see results and improvements. Cruz activates a tracker on his suit, but she had to stay close for it to work. Problem is, she can't keep up. She doesn't know how to drive on sand. She was only taught to drive on the road, and she kept messing up round after round after round, wasting the entire day learning how to drive on sand. This bitch wasted my whole day. Relax, I wasn't that bad. McQueen needed some real competition and a chance to race against other cars. That's when he spotted the sign of Thunder Hollow, a dirt track, perfect for some intense training. But they had to go undercover since McQueen is way too famous to show up at some random race, especially after his big crash. If anybody recognizes him, the paparazzis will be on his ass like back pockets. So they pull up in disguise to avoid any recognition. McQueen enters the track under the impression it's a standard race. However, he soon realizes it's actually a demolition derby, not not the training session he anticipated. Cruz, accompanying him, also becomes entangled in the event, because once you're inside, they inform you that you can't leave. They shut the gate right on their faces. You can only get out when the derby's over. The flames go up and cars start bursting out the gate. As soon as the race starts, Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez get caught off guard. They were out here dodging a chaotic onslaught, cars flipping, crashing, and colliding in every direction. I even saw a taxi go straight up a truck's ass. Like, hey yo! Cruz gets stuck in the mud and Miss Fritter is ready to send her straight to Valhalla. But McQueen comes in clutch and pushes her out the way, putting dirt on Fritter's eyes and flipping her on her back. This pisses her off so bad and she flips back on her feet. I mean, can I say feet? Since they have eyes and this is their body. Anyways, yeah, she gets back on her feet and McQueen is stuck in the mud. She charges right at him, but he hits her with a pump fake that sends her flying right into the sign. And the only car that's left is Cruz Ramirez. So she wins the entire derby. But her ass did not slow down, causing her to nearly crash the water truck, but had that nigga flipping over and drenching McQueen, revealing his true identity to the public.
It's Lightning McQueen!
They take a quick pic and that's all that needed to happen. That shit went super viral before he got back in the truck. And now McQueen's getting destroyed all over the media. And y'all know when things are bad, people just look at someone to blame. So McQueen goes off at Cruz. Bitch, if I lose this upcoming race, you know I'm never racing again. I have to retire. But you wouldn't know that because you're just a trainer. Mac, pull over. You think I wanted to be a trainer? I wanted to be like you, a racer. But not everybody makes the league. I used to look up to you. Now you're just a bitch ass nigga. Cruz dips, leaving McQueen alone. He gets back on his truck, only to see Jackson Storm just set another new record. Like, you can't make this shit up. This must be the most demotivating thing ever. On the TV, the stats say Storm has a 95.2% chance of winning in Florida, and McQueen a 1.2%. That shit hurt him so bad, he turned that TV off. The disrespect was getting out of hand. It was even broadcasting on ESPN. Even Stephen A saying he ain't the GOAT.
I mean, when you talk about Stripper King Weathers and Lightning McQueen, they're both tied with 7 Piston Cups.
Stephen A, if you don't shut that forehead up, because now they're just dragging it. What do you mean he ain't the GOAT? He's the GOAT. McQueen calls up Mater for advice and help. The one person who used to always help him was Doc, and he was no longer with us. Mater doesn't really give him advice, but he tells him to go find the person that used to help Doc, because Hudson got advice from somebody else. So McQueen has to head to Thomasville to find an old guy named Smokey. And nah, not the nigga from Friday, Coach Smokey, Doc's mentor. But first, they gotta get Cruz back. After some smooth talking and weird dancing, Cruz agrees to roll with McQueen and forgives him. They pull up to Thomasville and the first thing they do is hit the tracks. It's like a ritual you have to do to pay the respects to the OGs. I can't even lie, I made that shit up. Smokey pulls up looking ancient as hell. This guy is probably like 100 years old. He takes them to this bar where all the legends kick it. We're talking Magic, Kareem, and Larry Bird of the Cars. Smokey tells them about Hudson's prime days, when bro was really him, winning back-to-backs, never getting touched on the track, and wall riding over other cars. For context, that's basically getting dunked on. Everything was good until it wasn't. After his crash, the rookies took over and Doc was never the same. 50 years with zero contact to his crew. Then one day, this cocky rookie named Lightning McQueen rolls into Radiator Springs and changed everything. That stubborn old bastard hasn't smiled in decades, till he started coaching you. Doc clearly saw something in McQueen that he didn't see in anybody else, so they hit the dirt track and start training. After the first lap, Smokey keeps it real. You will never be as fast as Jackson Storm. You're too old. But he tells him that he can do other things like not get touched, which would help him in the race. So they start training camp and Smokey was pushing him alongside with Cruz. Drills, workouts, they were even watching film. McQueen was getting better by the day, but the crazy part was Cruz was keeping up right with him and she wasn't even trying. And when McQueen finally caught up to Ramirez, she just sped right past him with ease. McQueen is fading. McQueen is fading. And this when he finally realizes Cruz was faster than him the entire time. Look at his eyes. He knew Father Time then caught up. It was time to head to Florida and he didn't even want to go anymore. Anyways, they head to Florida for the Piston Cup 500. Sold out crowd. Millions watching all over the world. This shit was bigger than the Super Bowl. And the World Cup. Relax, relax. Now you're dragging it. Speed. I am speed. Bro didn't even believe himself after saying that shit. So the race starts and they got my boy starting dead last. But it don't matter cause Lightning ain't panicking. He's really like that. He starts slowly climbing up the ladder, picking off the cars one by one like it's nothing. Just when the height's building and McQueen's starting to let loose, Sterling pulls up and kills the vibe. Cruz, what are you doing here? You need to get back to the facility and train the other racers. Even though she's been grinding with McQueen all season for this race, he couldn't even let her watch. This guy's a waste man, bro. Dickhead. So Cruz dips and McQueen gets a flashback of her absolutely sunning him during training. She was really out here cooking him the whole damn time. The lead cars wipe out ahead, but McQueen threads the needle through the wreck like it's nothing. Bro does not get touched. That's his specialty. 20 years in the game, no scratches. Oh damn, how'd I forget about that? Let's forget I ever said that. McQueen calls Cruz, forcing her to come back to the arena. When she pulls up to the pit, McQueen just switches places with her. Guido chucks on wheels for her and Ramon inks her up. All her life she wanted to be a racer, and McQueen finally gave her her big shot. And it turns out that the Piston Cup rules only care about the number on the track, but not who's wearing it.
Are you seeing this? I can't believe this. Lightning McQueen just put another car out to finish the race.
Cruz starts off shaky, driving like her brakes were made of glass. Smokey's trying to coach her through it, but she's still finding it difficult and she's scared. It's not until McQueen gets the mic and cracks over the radio she snaps into focus and suddenly starts cutting through the pack like barbecue chicken. Top 10, then top 5, and before we even knew it, she was 3rd. She scared Jackson Storm so bad he had to back up and start talking shit, trying to get into her head. And I can't lie, it kinda worked for a while. Like half a lap, but that lap was not enough. How far back is she now?
She's right behind you.
Ramirez was on his ass. She was dead ass tailgating. She was so close that he couldn't even breathe. Nigga couldn't even drive straight anymore. Cruz tries to pull forward and overlap him, but Storm rams her right into the wall, pulling a classic Chick Hicks. But it didn't matter. She pulls a move right out of Doc's books and rides the wall right over him. He knew he was cooked. She lands it and crosses the finish line, winning the Piston Cup 500. Shout out to Coach Lightning.